Hello, family. I did a live first of this, but it was a short live, and I was sweating. New York is like kind of hot today. I don't know what's going on. One day hot, one day cold. So I figured I'd just run it back and give you guys a better video of 10 fragrances from Amouage that really don't get spoken about. Some of these at all, and some of these very few get spoken about. But let's look at the fragrances. Let's go through it. It's not going to be where I'm breaking down these fragrances. I'm going to just run right through them. And if you want a full detailed video on any one of these 10 fragrances, I'll make one in the future for you guys. Leave it in the comments. And let's get the show going. So, put the light for you guys. Here it is, family. These are the 10 fragrances I would like to speak about. I would like to speak about from the House of Amouage that doesn't get much love at all. Now, let's get into the first one from the House of Amouage that doesn't get any love or any love at all. This one, like the reviewers who used to speak about this kind of quit YouTube, which is kind of sad. From the House of Amouage, this is called Intimidation. And this fragrance, just read some of the notes in here. It's kind of bugged out. You got orris, leather, patchouli, castoreum, black pepper, violet, turkey rose, nutmeg, citron, patchouli, myrrh, and vetiver. And what I would say is this: people who are scared of castoreum fragrances, I hear you. I'm with you. I'm not with you because I like those fragrances, but I understand your point of view because if you don't have the nose for it, it's not going to work for you. But if you want to say you have one in your collection that actually smells good, this is the one to get. And I tell you what I smell off the nozzle. This doesn't break down the whole fragrance, but how crazy does this sound? It smells like a jelly bean, like a fresh, like when you open up a box of jelly beans, those assorted flavors, that all that combination running in your face. It's kind of what you get here. And if you're looking for a castoreum fragrance to like break you into like the world of castoreum, this could be a winner. It's unique. It's very different. I'm not going to say you smell like mass appeal like Jubilation 25, but I would say this is a very likable and highly highly likable fragrance. Point blank, it's a likable fragrance. Is it going to give you a girl's going to throw panties at you? I don't know. If you look good, they might. But if you're looking for a different fragrance off the beaten path of Amouage and you want to try the note of castoreum without getting grossed out, it's Imitation, man. Way to go. Now, this fragrance coming up is my favorite Amouage, and they get a no love. And it's simple. It is Sunshine Man from the House of Amouage. This gets no love to me because you have a lot of fragrance reviewers who are not real reviewers no more. So they don't speak about good fragrances anymore. They speak about whatever they're getting paid for. And man, when you're talking about a mass appealing fragrance that smells good, I get nothing but girls going crazy when I put this on. Sunshine Man. I mean, it is a epic lavender with rum fragrance. This has liquor in it, this fragrance. This smells like, to just break it down, a creamy orange popsicle with the white filling inside. Man, if you don't think that sounds good, and this is, again, off the beaten path of most Amouages, wow, what a head-turning fragrance. Sunshine Man from Amouage. Now, let me just bust these notes real quick, guys. I want you to see something. So, the next fragrance, this is an interesting one, guys. And I haven't smelt this fragrance for like 2 years. I am not going to lie to you. I have a small dent in it, surprisingly, because, I have fragrances. I don't wear them all. I wear anything. But this has an interesting note of ash. It has rum. It has labdanum. It has elamine. It has orris. It has vetiver. It has leather. And it's from the House of Amouage. And it's called Myth's Man. Now listen. This has something else too. This note, I don't know what this is. Cast Castandium? I don't know what that. It's a crazy. I now that I see that note, I want to do this fragrance a full breakdown review. But let's get back to the ash note in this fragrance. Man, it's there. It is present. But for some strange reason, it does not smell bad. Whether it's the elamine, the rum, the orris, the rose, the leather. The opening has a little bit of a challenging tendency. Not, I wouldn't call this like challenging, guys. I'm so, but for most people who, the note of ash might come off wrong to you, but as this fragrance starts to settle, oh God, this is a stunning fragrance. What a stunning fragrance, guys. This just really is. But the beginning, because the ash is a bottom note and somehow you get it at the top. It's one of these fragrances that the bottom rises to the top. You're going to get the bottom notes at the top, and then as it blends, it just mixes well. It's all I can say. This is what you will call a bottom heavy fragrance from the House of Amouage, Miss Man. Now, here's a fragrance that it kind of bugs me out with some of these reviewers because, listen, I feel like they all regurgitate the same thing, some of these guys, and then they're saying the same thing that makes no sense, right? At least if you got it from somebody who knows what they're talking about, kudos. But when you take it off of somebody that has no idea what they're saying, whatever. From the House of Amouage, and it's called Portrayal Man. Can't really see it there. This bottle is like 3D on it. And Portrayal Man is a violet orris fragrance heavy. But it's sweet. It is sexy. It's long lasting. Matter of fact, guys, everything here is long lasting, guys. 8+ hours, okay? Close pretty much next day. This is such an appealing, buttery, soft, buttery smooth orris with an amazing violet note. And when people tell you, if you hear a reviewer tell you that this smells like Dior Fahrenheit, listen, they do not know what they're talking about. This is not even in the same ballpark as Dior Fahrenheit, the original one. It's nowhere near it. I don't even know who even says that or who even said that. My goodness. Don't believe that. This is a creamy, orris, buttery, with just an amazing violet note, guys. And if you like the note of violet and you want a fragrance that dominates and is mass appealing, to me, Portrayal Man. It's something you should look at, guys. Oh, let me give you a daring fragrance, guys. F it. So, this fragrance, I only really see one guy mention it, man. He actually put it in a summer list. I forgot the reviewer's name. He's really cool. I like his channel. He started out just like me about a year ago. And he is the cool ass dude, man. He buys his own stuff. He has a nice collection. And this is from Amouage. It's called Fate Man. So listen, and I'm going to repeat this to everybody. This is a fragrance you never blind buy. Like, if you want to blind buy the first 4 fragrances I mentioned, you can. I'm not saying you should. I'm just saying I don't think if you have a good seasoned nose, like a good nose of fragrances, the first 4 I mentioned, you can blind buy. This one, if you have no idea what this is, don't blind buy this. Unless you have a very, very broad, nose, as far as you like a lot of different things, because this is a wet tobacco with a note of cumin, and cumin is body odor. I like this. I mean, it appeals me, I wore this to Costco on a very cold day in New York, and women were following me, looking at me, staring at me. Now, whether it be maybe I was dressed nice to them that day, or this fragrance has a lingering effect. But I'm gonna tell you what this smells like. wet tobacco, cumin. The cumin note in here is of a girl's private part, but smells fresh and clean. Does not smell nasty. And I think that's the appealing part of this fragrance. The cumin note, you know it's a body odor. You know it's like, whoa, what is that? But it's clean. And the tobacco is just nice and wet. It's beautiful. This is not for everybody. This is for the bold and daring. You got a pair and you don't give a F, you can wear this. But if you're into fragrances that do the work for you or smell super amazing, this is not for you. Stay away from this one. Now, this fragrance I really, really love. And I don't hear much people talk about it except this one reviewer called AC. He brings it up, on random occasions. He hasn't shot a video in about a year, but he's a very knowledgeable guy, and I wanted to give him his flowers, but he hasn't answered me back, But again, this is from the house of Amouage, and it's called Memoir Man. Now, I did a full breakdown on this video, so if you want to understand this fragrance note for note, check that video out. I really like this fragrance. This fragrance to me. So, to get this straight, imagine you're next to a big, dark tree, one of those big, just dark trees, and the leaves are minty, not heavy dose of mint, but just a beautiful melody of mint where it's a moderate smell. Okay, this is not a super minty fragrance. And then you have this amazing patchouli that it smells like dirt, like when it's this dark. But under this dirt of darkness of patchouli, this has a note. I don't have it in front of me, guys, so pardon me. This has a note that it brings this cookie dough batter effect out of the dirt. So you're next to this dark big tree, dark soil of patchouli, cookie batter coming out from the ground. And then the leaves on this tree are a mint, but not a overpowering mint, just a nice moderate mint smell. Man, and the beautiful thing about this fragrance is when you want to wear it and you don't want to overcrowd or take over an area, this is perfect for family gatherings. This is perfect for office settings where people are going to smell you when they get near you. People are going to smell you when you walk by them. But what's not going to happen when you enter a room, you're not going to, bring this presence of just perfume in their nose. So you're not offending anybody, and it smells really, really good, Memoir from Amouage, guys. A great, different take on an offense fragrance, guys. It's just one of those fragrances. Now, this fragrance right here is challenging. I'm bringing up next, but challenging because it's a very unique and odd pair, very odd. When you think of barbershop style fragrances, you're not thinking of patchouli to be the most dominant note in this fragrance. Okay, guys? And in this fragrance, the patchouli is literally the most dominant note. And it took me over a year to like this fragrance. But because of this fragrance from the house of Amouage, it's called Bracket Man. Because of this fragrance, it popped my cherry to the note of patchouli. Because after I was able to figure the patchouli out in this fragrance, it opened up my whole mind to patchouli. Now I love patchouli. Patchouli was a note that I wasn't the hugest fan of. I did not like it. Wasn't the biggest fan of it. But when this fragrance unlocked the mechanism in my brain to accept the note of patchouli, man, it's been epic for me, And yes, Amouage has a fragrance called Epic, so it's not that. But patchouli, barbershop style, and that's what makes it daring. You don't expect patchouli to be the dance, the leading forefront in a barbershop style fragrance. Sorry, guys. I don't want to sweat too much. That's why I had to redo the last video. It was getting hot. This long sleeve. So here's another fragrance from the house of Amouage that I would tell you never to blind buy, like Fate Man. This is called Amouage Figment Man. So, family, this fragrance you never blind buy as well. This is something that you definitely, unless you are a seasoned professional, not talking about people who want to smell good and think that, you're thinking of Jubilation 25, or you're thinking of, like, let's say a Sunshine Man, the way I described it, or Reflection 45, Reflection 40. Sorry, guys. This is not that type of fragrance. This is a super dirty, earthy patchouli. Like, the color of this shirt, when it's dark like this, the earthiness, the rawness. Yeah, man. Here, it's crazy. It's funny that I actually liked this fragrance before I liked Bracken, man. Like, I understood this fragrance, and it's surprising because they say it smells like Kuros from the 80s. Well, I would say that if you're into masculine fragrances that are very to the edge, I like wearing this when I'm around a bunch of men because I'm not looking for no gratification. I'm not looking for no compliments, really. I'm not thinking of, I wear this fragrance and I'm going to get like 15 compliments. That's not my interpretation when I wear this fragrance. You have, like I said, you have to like a dirty, earthy patchouli, and God knows what else is in here. I'm assuming castoreum, and every other violent fragrance you could think of. Note. Super, to me, it's good. I would say to 99% of the world, this is horrible. You'll probably burn yourself if you sprayed this on. It's something that is beyond challenging to most people, so never blind buy that fragrance. One second, guys, I need to wipe my face. I'm back. Had to wipe my face down. So from the house of Amouage, I really like this fragrance. It gets no love. Again, only one guy I really see even speak about this fragrance from the house of Amouage. It's called Dia Man. Here's the bottle. Dia Man. It's not on the sides. So here's what to say about this fragrance. It's a barbershop style vetiver fragrance. Now listen, it's vetiver oris. It's just a sexy fragrance, man. If you're looking for an appealing fragrance like Jubilation 25, but you want something different and a different characteristic, different style, different dress up, the way this is made and how it was formatted, it's just different. But man, is this appealing? Is this sexy? This is a great fougere. This vetiver oris barbershop style fragrance is alluring to me. Like I said, you want something different. You don't want to be the same barbershop style fragrance. This is very different, off the beaten path. And I just like this fragrance from the house of Amouage. It's called Dia Man. Now, my last fragrance here, I wanted to pull up some notes because it's a, you don't hear about this fragrance at all, from the house of Amouage, and it's called Beloved. Now, this fragrance has elamine, grapefruit, cardamom, pepper, orange, saffron, orris root, geranium, jasmine, cedar, leather, vetiver, gaiac wood, musk, and patchouli. And everything in this fragrance is sexy. Everything in this fragrance, when I smell it, I say to myself, holy moly, how is this discontinued? They discontinued this fragrance. And I don't get it. I see it as it didn't get pumped through the YouTube vines. They didn't understand or like the fragrance, so people never really spoke about it. But I call this fragrance a papi chulo fragrance, okay? And papi chulo means that you're such a good looking guy that when girls date you, they treat you to everything. They give you everything. And this fragrance fits in that category for me. It's a very mass appealing. Well, when I say mass appealing, I'm not saying like Dior Sauvage. I'm talking about like to a woman's nose. When she smells this, she's smelling refinement. A person with just great style, great taste, that they have money in their pocket, you know? They're not roaming the earth like a retard. You know? This fragrance right here, man, Beloved, man, it's a shame when you see them, you know, axe this out the line. Same thing, I believe, like Sunshine Man, they don't have it no more. You know, these are very mass appealing fragrances to me, guys. And if you can get your hands on this, you know, I would blind buy Beloved, honestly. You know, don't pay too much for it. If you can get it for a decent price, the reason why I advise you to blind buy is because you're going to smell good, and who has that fragrance? You know what I'm saying? You can wear this and no one's going to smell like you. The odds of that's going to be the low, like 2 percentile. So, family, I had to redo this video off the live because I wanted to do a better thing, and I was just sweating, and I had so many things like my phone going off, people calling me, bunch of stuff. So, family, you know how we do here. We praise to the Most High. We stay fly. Health is wealth. Man Cologne channel. And I'm out of here. 10 fragrances from Amouage that no one hardly ever speaks about. Some of these get no play. And I'm out of here. Peace.